Good evening, sir. Thanks very much for your time. Well, the ANC Secretary General is having none of this criticism. So whoever criticizes the ANC candidate list is just wrong, because none of these people have been criminally charged and prosecuted.
Thanks, Fuya. I think we have to understand ACE's job as well in this case and be fair to him. The ANC probably has, if we take historical figures, 11 million supporters who are probably not attending branch meetings. Maybe 600 to 1 million members. I don't know what the number is, but it's a small number compared to the total voters. So when ACE starts off by saying these people have gone through a rigorous process of selection to be put on the list by the active members of the ANC, not you and me, the man in the street, but by those members, not by the 11 million that votes for the ANC, but by those active members of the branches. So that process is an exclusive process that happens within that realm. Secondly, the other people who've been participating in these objections is the veterans of the ANC. And Gwede Mantashe has come to the party and said, look, if you want to have something to do with the quality of the list, join a branch and make sure that the quality comes through that.
Isn't that a bit disingenuous, though? I mean, Jacob Zuma was elected by those branches to be the president of the ANC. He was still president. I mean, those branches that elected him president of the ANC weren't consulted when the leadership took a decision and said, we need to do this to rescue our organization. Get this person, off Mahlamba Ndlovu and the union buildings.
Yes.
Let's begin to restore this thing. So the leadership there saw that a lot was going wrong, and to wait, for any longer would have meant that that very organization would have been destroyed. What's difficult with telling people who have been implicated in all sorts of things, where there's prima facie evidence of, corruption in many instances, or against whom the public protector and the courts have actually found, very good reasons to say these people are not doing what they're supposed to do.
What I want to distinguish here are the duties that Ace Magashule is trying to fulfill versus the standard to which he has to be held to by people who are not part of what he's doing. Like the veterans are not part of what ACE is doing, and the other people who went to complain at the IEC are not part of what ACE is doing. There's something that ACE and Gwede Mantashe and even the top six are doing, and that thing is very basic. Even the recall of Jacob Zuma in this case, unlike the recall of Thabo Mbeki before, the issue here is, number one, they are trying to say the people who hold certain types of voting blocks, can we hold it together? This discussion has been coming a long time. Now I think it's 5 weeks before the election. If you go and you...
It's because they didn't care.
Before. It took them long. I mean, the issue, Jacob Zuma said before that I've survived votes of no confidence 9 times or something. He said it himself in public. And the likes of Gwede Mantashe, the whole caucus and all of them were saying, you don't vote with a conscience here. You support what we tell you to do. And their concern was tactical. Their concern was that they want to make sure that the strong supporters, including Ace Magashule, Supra, Mahumapilu, and Sihle, those types of provinces, that they don't antagonize them, and that somehow a settlement and an accommodation is found. You will not be able right now before the voting day to be able to take any drastic action like recalling Sorenso and pulling Sorenso in any happen. If you are Ace Magashule or the NEC and so on, they are not going to play that game from a political perspective. But from the basis of the objections, and there are 2 gaps here. One is the legal basis, and on the legal basis, Ace Magashule has answered correctly, and I think the IEC has clarified the the qualifications are very easy for somebody to be on the list. It's not easy to disqualify a person legally. And I've just read, before coming into here, the objections now from the South African Council of Churches, that this issue is not about legalities, it's not about criminality, it is about moral standards. And where we are, and I've been asked this question before when George Mashamba, who is now heading up this ethics committee of the ANC, is this thing going to have teeth? Is it going to change anything? It is not going to change anything before 8th of May. The problem that we have is political. It's no longer ethics, it's no longer morals, it's about survival. Because if you start breaking things down now, you don't know where the pieces will end up. The likes of EFF are opening their arms wide for this and the other opportunity that comes along. And Ace Magashule is not going to play into that space. So, first of all, let's understand. People here are implicated. You can sit on your computer now and pull a dossier about Matabile Dlamini, pull a dossier about Vincent Smith, pull a dossier. The evidence, prima facie evidence is there. But that evidence is not going to be used immediately, only for political convenience for the time being. Only for political convenience. And unfortunately, the other gap that is there is that delinquency. People who've already been in parliament, who've been in cabinet, their record of delinquency, there is no follow-up on that. To say, you have already been given a chance before and you are delinquent, we're not putting you back. As the IEC, we're disqualifying anybody. People who have been delinquent are not automatically disqualified.
That's why we're going to leave it for tonight. Thanks very much for coming through. Sandy Leswana, who is an analyst from the Wits School of Governance.